Hello and welcome back to Satisfactory Update 4. In our last episode, we started making this copper powder here, down here in this array, by mining some copper, and is in a massively overclocked Mark III miner, since it's a normal copper node, some iron, and making it the copper alloy ingots, and then the copper powder. And so that's not a small array for one item for one thing here, but we're shipping that up here and into the nuclear pasta recipe here at the what are these things called? Jeez, oh Pete. The particle accelerators. And we're not quite getting enough copper powder, it seems. Just they're coming in a little bit short each time. So there might be something I can do to tweak something down there. We can go down there and take a look. But I wanted to fly around here first because, as you can see, we have nuclear pasta coming along the belts at approximately one every minute, because each of these produces one every half minute. We also have these thermal propulsion rockets, although we're a little short on rotors, I see, also. But I don't think that's going to be very easy to fix, so I think we're just going to let that go, let that slide a little bit. But I did, on the other hand, I did fix the steel beams here. We were only producing 10 per minute surplus, 10 and a half, and this requires 15 because of how many versatile frameworks we need. So I went and added, and I'll show you what I did, but I went and added in another one of those. And so then I ran this belt around here into the far side of the elevator because we still have a ways to go. Actually, the nuclear pastas are almost done. So those will be done here in the next 45 minutes or so. But the thermal propulsion rockets are a little lagging, a little behind because of the lack of those rotors. So we're going to need a little bit more time on those. And then we have about 900 of the magnetic field generators left to go, and then 1,500 of the assembly director systems left to go, which I'm not sure what their problem is either here. High-speed connectors. Really? Oh, I know what that problem is too. So in this episode is going to be a little bit of a clip show in a way. It's been about 16 hours since the end of the last episode. The game's been running for that amount of time, that is. And as you can see, a lot of things have processed. I want to go and take a look at a couple things, maybe do a couple of upgrades, and then we're going to break this episode and come back in when everything is near finished. So this is going to be the final episode of this series, episode 40, and however long it is, but this is going to be it. 40 episodes is plenty, and yeah, that's all we need for this series. So I'm going to come over here, and I want to take a look. I want to show you guys what I did with the beams. I just hacked an extra machine in here, right here, smashed it up against the rock. Just hacked it in here, did it as quickly as I could, and because we're not using all the steel ingots we're producing anyway, because we're not using nearly the pipes we're producing, this was okay. Rotors, on the other hand, those might be a little bit tougher to expand. Let's go take a look at those. If we can expand them reasonably, even temporarily, like I just did the beams, then I will do that for sure. Let's see. Rotors are here. Yeah, this is the one that takes the screws. And we're already overclocking this. Huh. How do I want to handle this? For some reason... Oh, no, never mind. I was say for some reason I set this way back, but I didn't. It's still two spaces here, because that's the edge of the bus. So I'd have to set up both an additional screw maker and an additional rotor maker. This is making 13 and a half. Let me pull up my spreadsheet. Rotors. Copper rotors. It's making 13 and a half. A bunch of them are going to electric motors, which we are using electric motors, which is why, I'm pretty sure, which is why we have a problem right now. Most of them are going, that's actually the only place they're going. But right now we're using so many for that, so many electric motors that very few of them are able to continue because we have a smart splitter here that makes sure that the electric motors get what they need before the surplus. So we're really only getting a couple here. So I think we could be served to do this differently, or do this better. Maybe we'll do one of these like this. And copy that into there. Actually, I'll just do... this was steel screw. And then I can do one of these. And even though... I mean, this is the beams that we are also fighting to use elsewhere. Oops. But it's fine because... Did I do one too many? No, I didn't. Because we have enough of a surplus being made now, I think. Yeah, this is only 5 per minute, so that belt is still fine. Just kind of taking all the considerations into account here. Or all the accounts into consideration, or however you want to word it. And then this will go here somewhere. There, I think. And this is going to be copper rotor. And that'll at least help us get finished with these things. And then any surplus materials I have, I'm just going to shred them. It'll be fine. Take you out. Take you out and you out. This will be a merger here. I should just move this as well. That really connected? Okay. Sure. And then this one can come out like this. Make the turn. And go into there. And we just need power for both of these. There's our power. What do I have? I have both connected there. Well, I can't do that because I said that I mirrored it. So we're going to go right there, into there, and then right over here. There. And then finally, we need one of these belts like this. That's going to come out to there. And then do the loop-de-loop. The loopity-loop. Missing cable. There we go. I don't know how many of these you actually need. Let's see, copper sheets. We need 27, so that's fine. And actually, I probably can just leave this one clocked at 100%. Because we don't need a overclock here anyway. So we only need 22.5 plus 195 screws. Let's go ahead and turn that one down. There. And there. Alright, so now we should be making a little bit of a surplus of the rotors. And that should help matters greatly. I hope. Alright, so yeah, so we'll leave that alone. And then, so the next thing, there's one other thing that I wanted to do here in this segment of this episode. Oh yes, I wanted to talk about the high-speed connectors. So those are currently having a shortage of the quick wire, and I think we can improve that, but we have to do some damage to the mall in order to do it. Because right now, the other belt of quick wire that comes down here is it's stopping at the mall, and then other mall things are sneaking between. So we're going to need to correct that a little bit. Or change that a little bit. Let's see, where are you? Down here someplace. There it is. So I need to take out these plates, which hopefully will be okay. And then I think also the beams have to come out. And maybe more stuff. Yeah, the beams need to come out also. And then these are Mark III. What is that for? It's for the mall as well. Okay. So then also I need to take out something I've already taken out. Oh, computers. Okay. That makes it easy. I've already partially taken it out. And then this is something else that's in the way. Wasn't the rods. I think it was this is where the aluminum, the all-clad plates are coming in. Possibly. Still good here? Yes. And so, as you recall, I am splitting off all of the quick wire stuff that goes elsewhere off the fast belt. And I talked about switching that so that it would come off of this slower belt. But it actually doesn't matter, because I can just shove this into... Oopsie. I can just shove this into the high-speed connectors, and it'll come out the same anyway. There. Nope, that's uphill. I told you no. Now, did I delete something else that I shouldn't have deleted? I hope not. Because that would be messy if I had. I don't think I did. Let's hope I didn't. That's kind of the name of this game, is fix all the things. You know? Just like Factorio. You end up just fixing everything with it. I hope I didn't mess up the height any. Not that it matters horribly at this point, but still nice to make it correct. Okay, so then here, I need to bring this down. And it needs to come along the bus here and then eventually turn into there. Probably even... I'm not even sure. Probably somewhere here around the third one. But I'm going to have to figure out how to merge it in correctly. So that... Let's see. You know what? I should just take it along this way. Above this one. That way I don't have too many things going on here. Especially since this is in bus D, I can do this easily. Let's do this one here. And I'm out of cable again. Do I have cable on a belt here someplace, or did I leave that stuff far behind? That I can just steal a few away from it? I don't remember where cable is. It might be I have it on A. It actually may not even be going... Oh yeah, it is. It's going over to... It's going to make the beacons, but I'm just going to go here to the mall and get it. That's easier than trying to decipher where everything is. Although deciphering where everything is in the mall is not an easy task either. Alright. Let's fly down there once more. Let's see what I can find. Ow. Alright. Splitters. Guess I shouldn't have put this belt in just yet. If you notice while you're watching this what belt I removed, let me know and I will fix it. Although by the time that you're watching this, it kind of won't matter anyway. But I'll fix it anyway. Okay, so let's do elevator, go down. I guess this needs to be a Mark III elevator. 1, 2. And this can go... where do I want to merge this? No, it needs to be up by one more. Because it needs to be on the same height as that other belt. Mark III elevator. So it should just go right there. Then we do a Mark III belt, and... Well, we're getting... How much down this belt? Let's look at the quick wire on the spreadsheet. We're getting a total of 1,080. That means there's 300 on this belt. Which means... that this actually isn't a shouldn't be a Mark III belt, it should be a Mark IV belt. Because there can only be 780 on the other belt. but I'm just going to let it go for right now. So I think I should merge it in like maybe right in here. Let's take a look at the machines. This one's getting plenty. This one's getting plenty. See, these are still getting plenty, but they're going to start suffering too. All right, let me get some power down here. I believe I can fly. Alright, so I think I'm just going to merge it in like right here between these two machines, and I think that'll be fine. Let's do it like right in here. That should be the right position. Merger. Would be the right machine. Take those out. Take this out. Put it back in. And then bring this belt all the way down here. Like that, I think. I did that one just so that I could mark the spot. And then I'll grab that Mark III belt and I can figure that part out later, I think. Oop, this is too far. Okay. You go here to there to there, and that should do it. And that should wedge enough of them in that we end up filling up the rest of those machines, and that gets us a little bit more high-speed connectors coming down the line. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go figure out this quick wire issue and maybe upgrade that belt to a Mark IV. And then in a little bit, play time wise or game running time wise, I'll bring you guys back in. We can finalize these couple of items, clean them up, and then wait for these to finish and come back in and finish those. So so I'll be right back. As far as you're concerned, I'll be right back in a moment. And welcome back. So it's been another couple, maybe 2-3 hours, and the nuclear pasta has finished. So we need to go and disconnect the stuff for that. But the thermal propulsion rockets have not yet finished. They're nearly there, just a couple more minutes. But I wanted to bring you in, and I believe the reason for that was because of those steel beams slowing the whole process down early on, and they just got behind and couldn't catch up. So I brought you all in just to talk about the disconnection process and the sort of running out process. And what I'd like to do is to start with is disconnect this stuff here, which is this one. But they still might need to be there for the next thing. Yeah, they still need to be there for a little bit. Although it's probably pretty close to where they don't need to be there anymore. But these do not need to be here anymore. So we're going to take these out as well. And I'm going to let the rest of the belts run dry down there. At least potentially run dry. Because they're used so little in that process, like we're using whatever, 1 or 2 or whatever it is of each of those, that I thought it would be... Why is that still there? I never picked that up. Okay. I thought it'd be useful just to have those be the... just those be there and let them drain out while we work on disconnecting this stuff. So this stuff... Now, we can probably disconnect the iron mine first. And I think I'm just going to delete that power line and let it run out. And it'll run out... When it gets to about where this one is, I'll disconnect its power line too. That way we kind of equalize them a little bit, just so I don't have as much garbage to pick up in the end. But, yeah, there it comes now. much stuff do you have stockpiled? None. Okay, good. We're using it all, which makes sense. So we haven't stopped using it all. Okay, you can go too. And then we can fly up there and do some cleanup also. I couldn't see that power line. I was like, where'd that power line go? So now we can take this up and this up. I gotta be careful because I could fill up my inventory pretty quickly. I did trash a bunch of stuff that was like, you know, surplusy. But we could easily fill up my inventory again with all of this deconstruction and whatnot. Missed one. There. And then this power line comes down. Okay. This, on the other hand, stays. This is the live wire here, so that power line stays. This comes out. And so I'm going to do this for the thermal propulsion rockets as well, because obviously we need to remove those just as much as anything else. Thank you for... Did I accidentally? Apparently I did. We'll fake that back in there. You never saw it. Which will be in just a few minutes, actually. But, so I guess I probably could have disconnected those frames. But I wanted to do this one first anyway. And anything I have surplus is just going to get shredded. But I wanted to let it run out because I assume that making the nuclear pasta, it was worth more points to shred those than like things like ore, for example. Even if you do the math on all the raw ore. So I wanted to just bring you all in and show you this just for a few minutes. As this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to tear this one apart, and I'm going to tear the other one apart, the rockets apart, once they're done in a few moments. I'm going to shred everything, feed it into the sink, the awesome sink, and then I'll bring you back in for the finale part of the episode, which is when the other two items finish, and we can actually launch the thing into space. So we'll be right back, as far as you know. We'll be right back. And welcome back. So a lot has changed since the last clip, the last segment of this episode. All three of the second, third, and fourth products are all finished, and I've removed the entire area of the factory where they're being made. And also, of course, I've disconnected all the belts, but I've also disconnected the belts for some of this stuff, not all of it just yet, but it was time to come over here. So I need to finish disconnecting belts here, but I disconnected the belts from these items here, and I just need to disconnect the belts from these items here from the bus. But the reason it was time to come over here is we're down to 3 items left needed. One of them is being made right now, just finished being made. So we have actually 2 left. I have overclocked these by quite a bit. We're up to 1.25 per minute being made now, with the appropriate clocking being done over here on these other 2, of course. And we are getting everything going now, I believe. We're down to the last few of everything. I'm just going to let this thing craft it out as much as it can. Although we do have a lot of adaptive control units to queued up because the supercomputers weren't able to actually keep up with the demand here. So I went and looted a stack of them from the mall and dumped them in here, and then just disconnected the belt so that it could keep up, because it couldn't keep up with this overclock of 1.25 per minute. We just aren't making that many. Actually, we were, but I would have had to put a smart splitter on the belt, and I didn't do that. So I think we can take a minute still and come and disconnect these last few items from the bus, but I wanted to go ahead and get recording before this happened, just in case. So we need mega frames, or no more mega frames, I mean. Those are the... actually, those are the board cubes. Now, according to the definitive list, you go there. And let's see here. This goes here. And there. And we can take out you and you. And there. And then these here no longer need to come this far, because they aren't going to the bus, aren't going to the mall. The circuit boards don't go to the mall anyways, so that's good to go there. And then as I've done previously, I can eventually patch all this in. Actually, I could go ahead and patch it in now. We do have a couple of minutes. We did have a couple minutes left, so it doesn't hurt. And then I've also been removing the floorboards from underneath after everything is done. As you can see, it's much cleaner down here. All the stuff down there, photo mode, is now removed, including the platform. So all of that copper powder is now gone, and everything has been removed. And it should just about be time here. Let's take a look. It is time. PG's time. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this belt. Just going to make everything kind of stay here on the belt that it's on. I'm not sure if that included anything that got into my inventory or may have anything in my inventory or not. Doesn't look like it. But let's go ahead and seal and send this thing and finish. Finally, finish update 4. Effectively, finish update 4. Okay. Of course, we'll watch the animation because this is one of the best animations in the game. I'll go ahead and take a snip of that just in case I want to use it for the thumbnail. And it's not gone yet. You can still see it. Let's see where the alright, so we have finished this. Now we can go to the awesome shop, or we could just build one here. Awesome shop, and see what our reward is. Oh boy, our reward. I happen to know what the reward is, but I don't know where it is. I think it's maybe on parts. No, it's not on parts. Equipment. There it is. Employee of the Planet Cup. Oh, I have to change my screenshot because I have to have that in the screenshot. Clearly, let's buy that and buy all. Oh, I don't have any tickets on me. Oh, I do have tickets on me. I have 83 coupons. Did it not buy? Purchases. There it goes. Okay. And I now have the Employee of the Month Cup. Let's switch to... not that. Switch to this. And switch to the cup, clearly. Does coffee have cream in it? Looks lighter brown than the other one. No, it's the same. Okay, never mind. Just the sunlight, maybe. Okay, we clearly have to have that in our thing. Through all this shredding that I've done, both as a combination of the all the shredding that's being done out of nuclear, I assume, as well as all the stuff that I've shredded, like, for example, the nuclear pasta, and all these other pieces here. That might be, is that the last one yet? No, we actually have more we can shred. Put them in the box. Put them in the box. Put them in the box. And also put this stuff in the box. Maybe I didn't want to shred those frames. Those can be shred, though. That can be shred. No, I did have stack already. Okay, those can be shred, too. And we'll just keep shredding that stuff. But I have a few coupons that I could print, which is super nice. So we could buy some more stuff. I think the only thing that we can really... I mean, I guess I could get some of these things that I'm not even using. I never did use the wall power outlets. I suppose I should have. And walls, kind of meh. Maybe in the next factory I'll do some walls. Equipment, though... No, not that. I have everything there that I would want. The statues, though. We could potentially get another statue. That might be fun. Let's do that. Print coupons. Coupons. 458 coupons. Let's see. We got pretty good pioneering. I think we should do... we actually... No, we didn't. Okay. Let's add that one in. The Satisfactory pioneering. And, we didn't get enough yet for the golden nut statue. But we could do the confusing creature. That could be good. And we have 100 left. We could do lizard doggo, too. Let's do that. Put up some statues. Okay, so we have one of the statues on one end of the mall. We'll put the other one here on this end of the mall. One of the, these statues. Maybe right here in front of the thing. Let's see if I can get this to place correctly. That's not bad. Positioning. That's pretty close. Could try again, though. It's fiddly to place. Close but no cigar. Because it's not like right on the thing. Where is it? Well, we're going to go with that one. Put that back in the hand there. Well, wait, let's do... You go there. You go there. Let's put down this one. Where's that curious creature that always comes in here? Does it come in here? No, it doesn't come in here anymore. It used to come in here. We must have scared it off. I think I'll put these down here on this end, too. That one's quite a bit bigger. I think that looks fine. And then... this one. Lizard doggo. Okay. Well, I guess not. I think I need to be, like, here. Do this properly. Really tough to place. It's not really... Can I land? Maybe that'll help. That way I'm not floating around too much. The problem is you have to be at just the right angle. And it's not very straightforward. That one's okay. And then this one... Let's see. From this angle, maybe? There we go. Okay, so we have lots of statues. I'm going to get sucked into the tube if I don't watch out. So we have done pretty much everything that can be done... reasonably at least in this setup. I'm going to go ahead and tear up all this stuff just so that it's not here in the final save, but I don't think you guys need to watch that. We have, we can look at the power to make sure, but we do still have all of the nuclear being generated. Our max consumption was right up in that area at one point. I can't remember if I showed it or not earlier in this episode because it's been a few days since I started this episode, but I think we have accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish in this series. So now that mods are available, I could consider starting the next series. I do want to do some things before that series though, but it will be coming at some point in the fairly near future. There's just a few other things I have on my list that I want to do first. So thank you guys for joining me for this series. I hope this was enjoyable to you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.